Now, apologies for the low light level. This is what we need for me to be able to help you see the spot from the laser here. Now, this is just a single spot at the moment from the laser beam, and I'm going to put a double slit in front of it, and you're not going to be able to see terribly well in the live footage, but I'll put a photo of it up the top so that you can have a better view. So if I put this over here, you can just make out, I hope in the photo at least, the fact that you have now the bright and dark fringes that are the classic interference pattern. And that was always the sign that it was waves that you were seeing, not just little streams of particles. But what you should be able to see in the live footage is that I've got diffraction gratings here. Now, I'd asked you to predict what it would look like if we went from 2 slits to 3 identically spaced and 4 and so on. What will be the changes in the interference pattern? And I hope you decided that the principal maxima would become brighter and narrower, so that they're more sharply defined, and that the secondary maxima would become so small that they're basically not visible at all. So let's have a look if that's actually what we see. And this is indeed the row of dots that we get from this particular diffraction grating. Now, one thing I'll show you, the lines in this grating are running vertically, and it's actually so finely spaced you can't tell from looking at it, but the reason you can tell is that the diffraction, the interference pattern, has spread out horizontally because light diffracts around the edges of an aperture. So if we have a slit running vertically, the light isn't being constricted vertically, so it's got no reason to spread out, but it is being constricted horizontally, and so it spreads out horizontally around the edges of the aperture. And I can actually prove this by turning it around so that now the lines run horizontally, and all of a sudden the row of dots is vertical. Now the spacing in this diffraction grating, these are the most widely spaced lines. Next to it is a grating with more lines per millimetre, so closer spaced, and then there's even closer spaced. So what I want you to do is predict what it will look like when I go to a smaller distance between slits.